Today, we're going to be talking about my Lightroom wedding and portrait workflow, how I organize, edit, and back up every wedding and portrait session. But before we get into the full Lightroom workflow, I want to share a story that changed the way I handle wedding photos. A few years ago, I delivered a beautiful wedding gallery to a couple, and everything was perfect. But a couple of months later, I got a call from the groom. His voice was different. He told me that his grandfather, who had been at the wedding, had passed away. Then he asked me a question, and this question hit me hard. Do you happen to have any more pictures of him? Because I still had the raw files, I was able to go back and find extra moments that he loved. Small, quiet, but incredibly meaningful. A proud smile during the ceremony, a laugh during dinner, a look at admiration as he watched his grandson start this new chapter. Moments that at that time seemed small, but now meant everything. When I sent those photos over to the groom, he was in tears. And that's when I realized this isn't just photography. This is preserving history. And that's exactly why I keep raw files for 90 to 180 days after delivery. Not because I need them, but because sometimes the couples do. And when that moment comes, being able to say, yes, I have more photos makes all the difference in the world. So here's my Lightroom workflow. From shoot to final delivery. Let's talk about how I organize, edit, and back up wedding and portrait sessions in Lightroom. Since turning pro in 2013, I tested a lot of different workflows. And this system seems to be the best for organizing, efficiency, and backing up and making sure your photos are secure. This process ensures every file is backed up from the moment I leave a shoot until I deliver the final gallery to my client. So let's jump in. Step number 1, copy your photos. The first thing I do after a shoot is copy all photos from the SD card to either an internal or external hard drive. Don't worry about storage space. This is just a temporary holding spot before the final backup. Step number 2, create a new Lightroom catalog. I create a new Lightroom catalog on my internal hard drive in the pictures folder. The reason is because Lightroom can't read its files or catalog from a network drive, and keeping it internal speeds up the performance. Pro tip, if you're a wedding or event photographer, create a separate Lightroom catalog for each wedding or event. This keeps things organized and makes Lightroom run way faster. Step number 3, rename files and sync all photos by time to make sure everything is in order. Here's another pro tip. Use time.is at your next event. Open the site on your phone, take a photo of the exact time, and have every photographer on your team do the same. When you get back into Lightroom, use that photo to sync all cameras, ensuring the timeline is flawless. Once everything is synced, I rename all photos using this format: couple's name, date, and location. This is just temporary, but it helps. Step number 4, the culling process. I start culling my images, choosing the best shots. If you want to see my full culling process, check out this video right here. Step number 5, editing. Once culling is done, start your editing process. If I'm outsourcing edits, this is when I send them out. Step number 6, exporting and delivery. I export 2 copies of the final gallery. Yep, 2 copies. One for the web, optimized for social media and blogging, and one for print, high-quality files for large prints and albums. Step number 7, the 90-day hold. Now back to that story I told at the beginning. This is why I keep all raw files for 90 to 180 days after delivery. Life happens, and a family member may pass, and suddenly those extra photos become priceless. Step number 8, the purge. After that process, or that 90 or 180 days, I go back and delete all raw files I didn't use. When I first started in 2013, I kept everything on external hard drives. But with today's massive file size, that's just not practical. On an 8-hour wedding day, I shoot around 8,000 photos. That's about 500 gigabytes per wedding. So my process, which I call the Purge, removes all extra files to free up storage. Step number 9, cold storage and final organization. Once I'm done with editing and delivery, I move the Lightroom catalog and all final files to an external hard drive, or what I call cold storage. This keeps my internal drive free for new weddings while keeping past events organized and in one place. This workflow has saved me time, stress, and storage space, while also making sure I'm always prepared for those unexpected emotional moments that mean so much to my clients. If this video helped you out, make sure to check out some of the other videos I have down in the description. If you have any questions about the Lightroom workflow or backups, let me know. Send me a message and I'll talk to you on the next video. Peace out and have a good one.